Hi, I'm a kind of very lazy reader. I read so slow and it takes me a long time to finish a book. That's why I really love audiobook. Today I decided to read some chapters. Today just one chapter, I guess. Every day, like one day, one chapter of the book that I really love, which is called Eat, Pray, Love. So that every time I want to listen to it or I want to reread the book that I love, I don't need to skim through all the pages, but just like play the video and then listen to my voice reading the book that I like so much. In order to not to distract you from the chapter, I will put another face on the screen. So that is like an audiobook. Okay. Today is a Santa Claus. Let's get started. The first one is the introduction on how this book works. On the 109 bed. When you're traveling in India, especially through holy sites and ashrams, you see a lot of people wearing bells around their necks. You also see a lot of old photographs of naked, skinny and intimidating yogis, or sometimes even plump, kindly and radiant yogis wearing bells too. These strings of bells are called japamalas. They have been used in India for centuries to assist devout Hindus and Buddhists in staying focused during prayerful meditation. The necklace is held in one hand and finger in a circle, one bell touched for every repetition of mantra. When the medieval crusaders rode east for the holy wars, they witnessed worshippers praying with the japamalas, a minor technique, and brought the idea home to Europe as rosary. The traditional japamala is strung with 108 bells amid the more exhaustive circles of Eastern philosophers. The number 108 is held to be most auspicious. A perfect three-digit multiple of 3, its components adding up to 9, which is 3 threes, and 3 of course is the number representing supreme balance, as anyone who has ever studied either the Holy Trinity or a simple bass tune can plainly see. Being as this whole book is about my efforts to find balance, I have decided to structure it like a japamala, dividing my story into 108 tales or bells. This string of 108 tales is further divided into 3 sections about Italy, India, and Indonesia, the 3 countries I visited during this year of self-inquiry. This division means that there are 36 tales in each section, which appeals to me on a personal level because I'm writing all this during my 36th year. Now before I get to Louis Farrakhan here with this numerology business, let me conclude by saying that I also like the idea of stringing these stories along the structure of japamala because it is so structured. Sincere spiritual investigation is and always has been an endeavor of methodical discipline. Looking for truth is not some kind of spazzy free for all. Not even during the great age of the spazzy free for all. As both a seeker and a writer, I find it helpful to hang on the bags as much as possible. the better to keep my attention focused on what it is I'm trying to accomplish. In any case, every Japan Mela has a special extra bag. The 109th bag, which dangles outside that balanced circle of 108 pennant. I used to think the 109 bag was an emergency spare, like the extra button on a fancy sweater or the youngest son in the royal family. But apparently, there is an even higher purpose. When your finger reach this maker during prayer, you are meant to pass from your absorption in meditation and thank your teachers. So here, at my old 109 bed, I paused because I even began, offer thanks to all my teachers who have appeared before me this year in so many curious forms. But most especially, I thank my guru who is compassion's every heartbeat and who so generously permitted me to study at her ashram while I was in India. This is also the moment where I would like to clarify that I write about my experiences in India purely from a personal standpoint and not as a theological scholar or anybody official spokesperson. This is why I will not be using my guru's name throughout this book because I cannot speak for her. Her teachings speak best for themselves, nor will I reveal either the name or the location of her ashram, thereby sparing that fine institution publicity which it may have either the interest in nor the resources for managing. One final expression of gratitude. While scattered names throughout this book have been changed for various reasons, I've elected to change the names of every single person I met, both Indian and Western, at this ashram in India. This out of respect for the fact that most people don't go on a spiritual pilgrimage in order to appear later as a character in the book, unless of course they are me. I've made only one exception to this self-imposed policy of anonymity. Richard from Texas really is named Richard, and he's really from Texas. I wanted to use his real name because he was so important to me when I was in India. One last thing, when I asked Richard if it was okay with him if I mentioned in my book that he used to be a junkie and a drunk, he said that would be totally fine. He said, I've been trying to figure out how to get the word out about that anyhow. But first, Italy. Okay? I think I just read the introduction. Just the introduction, that's it. Maybe next time will be chapter 1. If there is anything wrong with the copyright, if I read this book like this, just tell me, because I'm not really sure whether it's okay for me to read this book in a video and post it on YouTube.